Good morning, everybody. It's Rural here. It is morning time, which means that Rural wants to have a morning chat. And it is on the 24th of September, meaning it is the 24th day of National Preparedness Month. Now, we've been talking about the basics, and we're going to continue on to that. So, we've already talked about water, we've talked about fire, we've talked about food. Let's go over to shelter. Now, shelter is a very interesting topic to talk about because there's a lot of people that already have the perceived notion that SHTF automatically means extremely primitive when it comes to shelter, at least, where you're going to be in a tent. That's your whole SHTF life is going to be in a tent. Or if it's really bad, it's going to be a debris shelter, right? And I strongly disagree. Those are temporary shelters. Nobody should be living out of a tent. Nobody should be living, in a cave or under a rock or whatever. Those are temporary things. We want 4 strong, permanent walls. That should always be your number one go-to. And being in a tent, there's nothing wrong with it. Finding a cave or whatever, even if it's sleeping in your vehicle, those are great temporarily. But you should be always trying to find 4 strong walls. Now, yes, it should be a thing that everybody should have a tent. If you can afford it, you should have a tent. You never know when a situation's going to arrive to where you need a tent. And use it, right? Actually get it out, at least once a year. Check the seams, check for rips, tears. Go through and you can buy seam sealer and things like that. Check the zippers, check everything, and make sure it's all in good working condition, because you don't want to have to rely on it and you pop that bad boy open and it leaks, or there's a big tear, or the zipper is broken and you can't zip things shut and things like that. So your tent requires maintenance. They don't last forever. The sun beats on them, rain beats on them, and they are things that need to be replaced from time to time. But it's also a good thing too to learn how to build like a lean-to or some sort of debris shelter. It's good to learn how to do emergency shelters out of a tarp or something along those lines. So that way you understand how it all works and what you need to be looking for. But even when you're bugging out, right? SHTF happened, the balloon went up, you grabbed your bug out bag and you took off. Your plan should not be, well, I'm going to find a spot for my tent, or I'm going to go off to this area and toss up a tent, and that's your plan. You need to bug out to a certain location that has 4 walls and a roof, so that way it provides you a semi or mostly permanent structure to dwell out of. That is going to be your new, hopefully temporary home, long-term temporary home, to where it's going to provide you the most protection from everything. It's going to have strong walls to keep things out, to keep the elements out. It's going to have a roof, to keep the rain off and the snow off and the sun off and things like that. So we always need to be striving for having 4 strong walls and a roof. Even if you're bugging out, if you have the option to go into an abandoned cabin or some sort of building or some sort of strong structure instead of a tent, that's what I'm shooting for, right? I would much rather be inside of a building than in a tent. And you could do both, right? If the building's big enough, you can pitch your tent right inside the building if that makes you more comfortable. But it's something that I would like others to understand. Always shoot for a structure. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day, amazing day, a blessed day. Stay tuned because there's more information to come with that. remain united, because we're all prepping together.